Yes, sir.
This week I read that you would like to try the Lockerbie bomber in the U.S. Don't you think this would jeopardize our safety? And if not, where would you like to have it run?
What I'd like to do is to have the Lockerbie bomber extradited from Libya. This is a person responsible for killing Americans. And the idea that he would have been welcomed home as a hero in Libya is simply distasteful and disgusting and outrageous. And I'd like him to be extradited and face justice at the hands of the United States. And whether that's a military tribunal or a criminal trial and where it's held, I mean, Guantanamo always serves a useful purpose in settings like this. So the process we follow is one, we'll follow our laws with regards to this individual, but the right thing is he should be extradited as an indication to the people of the world that you can't kill Americans or other good people in the world without suffering consequence, and his being free and walking around a free person, thumbing his nose at the world for having taken down an aircraft and killing almost 200 people is unacceptable, and I'd get him extradited if we can possibly make that happen. Thank you. Great, thank you. For those that didn't hear the question, small business owners, one of the biggest costs in healthcare is, one of the biggest costs in small business is healthcare. What I do with Obamacare, how does that relate to Romney care, if you will, what we did in Massachusetts? And so let me respond. First of all, if I become president, on the first day of my administration, I will call in the Secretary of Health and Human Services and direct this individual to grant a waiver from Obamacare to all 50 states. I'll stop Obamacare in its tracks. We don't need it. We can't afford it. Now you might say, well, how's it different than what you did in Massachusetts? Well, there are a number of differences. One is Obamacare raises taxes by $500 billion. Our plan didn't raise taxes. Two, Obamacare cut Medicare. By the way, I get signs when I campaign, don't you touch Social Security and Medicare. Don't worry, I won't. By the way, I hope they know that President Obama did. That he and his colleagues cut Medicare, $500 billion. Mine didn't cut benefits for seniors, of course. Number three, Obamacare is not just focused on dealing with the people without insurance. In my state, we had about 8% of our people without insurance, and our plan was designed to help those people, to deal with those folks, to have them take personal responsibility and so forth. But ours was focused on 8% of the people, and the 92% that had insurance, there's no change for them. Obamacare is not about the uninsured. Obamacare is about everybody, about the 100%. It wants to change health care for all Americans. And finally, our plan was resolved and worked out at the state level by people who came together and came up with a solution that we thought would work for our state. It's not perfect. There are things I'd change. But one of the great things about following the Constitution and allowing states to craft state solutions to state problems, as the 10th Amendment provides, is that if people don't like it, they can change it. And one thing I don't like is Obamacare, and if I'm president, I'll get rid of it and get the power back to states.
Most people don't get it. I was born and brought up in Boston. I've got many, many friends there who today are huge supporters of Romney. You never hear from any of them. But I'm just wondering if, for clarification's sake, that maybe you draw that line so the visualness of the comparison becomes clear.
Good. George offers campaign advice. I didn't have to pay for it. I appreciate that. He said, look, you ought to put together a very simple piece and put it in a newspaper, putting down Obamacare and one side and what we did in Massachusetts on the other side and show the differences. Not a bad idea. And if you'll be my copy editor, we can work on that and get that done. And you heard some of the differences. The list goes on and on. But you could probably figure out, our bill was 70 pages long. Obamacare is 2,000 pages. It's a power grab by the federal government, taking power away from states and power away from people. And that's why the people of this country did everything in their power to say no to Obamacare. We even elected a Republican senator from Massachusetts to say no to Obamacare. And the president simply brushed that aside, found a procedural way not to have to go back for a vote in the Senate, and was able to put in place his will. And the American people are going to turn out this president, in part because of Obamacare, and in part because it, like the other measures he pursued and fought for, have hurt the American economy and have caused this recession to be deeper and the recovery to be slower, more tepid, and more painful for the American people. This presidency has not worked. This president deserves only one term and not a second term, and I'm here to make sure that the promise he made, or the prediction rather he made on the Today Show, comes true. It's this prediction. In I think it was February of 2009, just after his inauguration, he said, look, if I can't get this economy turned around, I'll be looking at a one-term proposition. He's right, and I'm here to collect. Thank you. Hi. Introduce yourself as well. This is George here. Yes.
I'm Aaron. I'm a lifelong resident of Exeter. I have a question. You said in your book, No Apology, that you would recommend personal taxes on dividends, interest, and capital gains for all middle-income families to be completely eliminated.
Right.
Would you continue to support this while at the same time retaining the same tax rate on upper-income families?
Yes. My view is that the taxes on savings for middle-income families, and we can define that in different ways, but let's say $250,000 and less. That people who are earning $250,000 a year and less, that they ought to be able to invest their money, whether it's retirement or for education for their kids or grandkids, or just for their own purposes. They should be able to invest their money and pay no tax on interest, dividends, or capital gains. Let people invest their money and save it without taxes. Now, higher income people are going to keep paying taxes on those things. But middle income folks, I'd say take that rate down to zero and let people save their money instead of having to put it in all these special accounts. I have to get this 401k or this IRA or this Roth IRA with all these rules and regulations about where you can put it and how you can take it out and how you're taxed. Heck, let's make it easier for the American people. For middle income people, let's lower your taxes and let's just save your money tax-free. That's a better way to get the economy going. Thanks.